Good evening, all my beautiful shooters and my ugly ones. What's up, Dangerous? Long time no see, my brother. Just got home, just getting the live started. I done a couple check-ins today, but just getting home. Figured I'd jump on live for a minute with a hot topic. Should non-violent felons get their rights back? Pam Bondi just released guidelines and new forms. They're expecting over 1 million applications to come in. Naturally, everybody won't be approved, but they are making huge steps to taking nonviolent felons and restoring their gun rights on the federal level. Now, if you live in commie states like New York and California, you'll still have state law to deal with. But on the federal level, they are trying to make it to where nonviolent felons can get their rights back. What's your thoughts? Let's get into it tonight. We'll let a few people jump in the room and then we'll get into the chat. Yeah, Dangerous, I ain't seen you in a little bit, bro, but I've been running. You've been running. I seen wasn't nobody on live, so I threw a message up. I was going to go live for a few minutes. I did a couple short ones today, in the truck, just doing a check-in, but I'm finally home. Don J, what's up, my brother? I'm still on the subject from this morning about felons and restoring the rights. Pam Bondi just released new guidelines. There's going to be over 1 million people spend that $35 to try to restore their rights for nonviolent felons. So my question tonight is, how do you feel about how do y'all feel about that? People who have served their time, realize their mistake, should they have their rights restored? Y'all double tap them screens. Make sure the thumbs up button is lit up. Drop some comments. Yeah, drop some comments. Subscribe to the channel. 29 people just hit the room. Thank you for joining in to Papa's Pew Pew. This is Daniel speaking. Tonight's edition. Should felons that are nonviolent who have served their time have their rights restored? Once again, Pam Bondi just dropped new guidelines. It is on a federal level. If you live in bad states, well, you're still going to have states to deal with their laws. But what up, Gamer Addict? Haven't seen you in a while either. You get a kickback from Kentucky Ballistics, you always on here advertising for them. They should pay you, brother. Guys, double tap them screens. Make sure the thumbs up. We're trying to get to 1K subs tonight. I'm within like 25. For the third night in a row, they've stole 20 subs from me. So let's get it up to that 1K mark tonight so they can't steal them. Should felons or nonviolent felons have their rights restored? The article I was reading said they estimate over 1 million people this year will apply to get their rights restored. No, I'm not going to Russia. I'm in America, Gamer Addict. It's good to see everybody. I appreciate everybody who engages in these lives and who subs to the channel. Man, y'all made the channel what it is. Great people like Stay Dangerous and all the guys that you see making comments, man. Check out their channels. They've got great content. Paul Witt, when he hops in, we're trying to get him up to 50 subs so he can go live. We need to work on that tonight and promote his channel. But it's good to see everybody tonight. Double tap them screens. Check out the content. If you like anything 2A, you like firearms, whether antique, new, semi-automatic, revolver, whatever it may be, check out my content. Sub to the channel. Also go in here to Stay Dangerous's page and Paul Witt's page and everybody else who's commenting. Sub to their channels, man. Great guys, great content. If you have a valid question, we can normally find a way to answer it or find somebody who can answer it. 25 people in the chat. Let's get into tonight's subject. What you buy, DRM? What's up, Xander Strickland? How are you doing tonight, brother? So new groundbreaking news that's out today. Pam Bondi is setting guidelines for non-violent felons to receive their rights back, as long as you're not on a domestic violence pending charge, as long as you're not on a sexual registry, as long as it's a non-violent felony. It is possible you could be seeing your rights back very soon. Now, there are forms you have to fill out, so you may want to get on top of that if you are a felon and get them rights back and join the 2A community and be a responsible citizen and learn how to be safe with firearms. P Sig P P226. I've got a Sig 226. I just keep mine in the safe. My only problem with Sig, like I said, is they got to acknowledge. Oh, it means hello. That's cool, gamer. That really is cool. But my only problem with SIG, until they acknowledge that there's a problem, I just don't want to do any business with them. I made a short on my content. It's on my content the other day, and said I got enough to deal with ops on the street. I don't need what I'm wearing on my side to be my biggest op. I don't want to get plugged by what I'm wearing. We got enough gun grabbers trying to come up with excuses daily to take them. We don't need the firearms themselves giving them more excuses. But I'm not one that bashes anything, bro. I'll joke and kid around, and even the high peasies, I'll joke and kid around. But if that's all you can afford, and that gets you into the 2A platform and shows you the love of firearms and makes you want to learn and train, and, hey, by all means, you get what you can get. That's right, J-Dog. Everybody like, subscribe. We're trying to get them 25 more subs before the end of the live. 25 more subs, and I'd like to see at least 25 to 30 likes. If we can get there, I'd be happy camper tonight. Finally made it home, J-Dog. Finally made it home. Got me a cold soda and a Marlboro Red 72, and I ain't nowhere near the damn screen, YouTube. I'll be right back. Hold on one second. Y'all keep talking. I'm back. Oh, I'm back. Yep. I just grabbed the first two things I could grab and threw them up on the screen so I could go live and talk about this. I've been reading the articles all day that Pam Bondi's trying to push for nonviolent felons who aren't on sex registries and who aren't on domestic violence charges to get their rights restored. It's a $35 fee. It's 2 forms you have to fill out. Now, once again, that's on the federal level. If you live in a commie state, naturally, you're still going to have to deal with state laws. But it is looking like on the federal level, some of the felons are going to be able to join the 2A community. Other big news today for you Suppressor and SBR fans. We have a big lawsuit just been launched by the NRA and several big gun groups and a small black-owned firearms company. Basically attacking the whole registry for suppressors on 2 different fronts. One, in the 30s, the reason they listed starting the registry was a income source, a tax source. Well, thanks to the big beautiful law, that's no longer an income source. So that does away with that argument. The second argument is it states that no arms should be restricted. Well, the government's own mouth, they state that a silencer or a suppressor is considered a firearm. So that now does away with that also. I do agree, Corey. I think everybody should be. I, think about it. That whole thing with the felons didn't come about to the 30s. Once again, same time prohibition. Once again, same time our tax stamps and all that shit come about. Um, I think everybody should have the right to defend their homes and defend themselves, and that word "shall not be infringed" means exactly that. And I don't feel enough people in the gun community are talking about these issues. Um, we claim to take up for the 2A and we claim to be all about the 2A, but we kind of avoid certain conversations, and I feel this needs to be talked about more. What if you did make a mistake when you were young and you spent your whole life paying for that mistake? Should you lose your rights for the rest of your life? They damn sure don't mind giving you the right to vote again. They don't mind coming to you come election time and saying you're a felon, but go ahead and, check this box and vote Republican or vote Democrat. But when you want a firearm, they're like, oh no, you're a felon. You can't never own a firearm again. I feel the same way about the military. If you made a mistake and you corrected that mistake, if you want to join the military, I don't feel like that should be a defining factor. I thought the military was to remold you and shape you into a man, so uh, nah, I'm going to leave the rap on there. I'll take it off eventually, but I'm leaving the rap on for now. Y'all 39 people in the chat, double tap them screens. Yeah, I know, Stan. I'll take it off eventually. I just haven't done anything with it. Hell, I just took it out of safe. It's been in the safe for 2 years. Um, Double tap the screen, subscribe to the channel, go check out the content. Also, go look at people like J Dog, Stay Dangerous. Look at their pages, subscribe to them. Paul Witt's another good one. He's trying to get to 50 subs so he can start going live. We're trying to get him up there. This community is all about building one another up, man. And we talk about everything from firearms to just about anything you could think of. We'll cut the shit. Even the ones that call themselves trolls, by the end of the live, we're usually sitting there cutting the shit back and forth, man. We're about having a good time. But 26 people in the chat. Make sure that thumbs up button's lit. Subscribe to the channel. We try to get 25 subs by the end of the live. Put us to 1K. And we're talking rights restored for non-violent felons. As long as you're not on a sex registry, as long as you're not on a domestic violence registry, you know, should you have your rights back? Should you be held to one mistake you made in your life for your whole life? Yep, Jacob Ash, it is exactly that. I am a budget gun channel. I do not make that a secret. That is very well known. I want people to get into platforms for as affordable as they can. Find the love of the Second Amendment. Find a platform they like, and then they can build or buy whatever they want. But there's no sense to buy a $3,000 firearm only to find out you hate it. And if you look at my content, I have way more expensive firearms. I wouldn't. I wouldn't call it an AR style trigger. I mean, it's similar. It's an AR platform, but it has a trigger. It's not the best in the world. Like you said, it's a budget firearm. I know it's a pain in the ass because you got to shoot certain ammo in it, and it'll only shoot certain ammo. But it's just something I threw up tonight. I've been going all day, and I just threw the first two things I could grab up on the screen and ran with it for the night. 41 people in the chat. Y'all guys, please, there's 5 likes right now. Make sure that thumbs up button is lit up. Drop comments. Go check out the content. Sub to the channel. We're on our way to 1K subs. We're 25 people away. 25 people away. Trying to get there tonight. Where you guys tuning in from? And also, the topic tonight is nonviolent felons receiving their gun rights. Also, the new lawsuit that has been filed by the NRA and several other big gun advocates to basically do away with the registry because of the big beautiful bill come January 1st. The $200 tax stamp will no longer cost, but you will still have to put your name on paperwork. So they are trying to attack that from two different directions. One, the argument that was won in the Supreme Court that allowed the tax stamp to stay was it was a revenue source. Well, it's now, because of the big beautiful bill, no longer a revenue source. The second avenue is it violates the Constitution. It states no arm shall come under attack, and the government has already acknowledged in several court cases they consider suppressors as a firearm. Wherefore, that's an arm coming under attack. So it looks like that's moving along pretty fast. Oh, for my woods gun, Jacob, I use my 45 Lone Colt. I have a Colt Navy, 1863 Colt Navy 45 Lone Colt, and that's what I use in the woods as far as a pistol. Well, actually, Jacob, yeah, I agree they should own, but no, a lot of people, and that varies state to state also, but the actual wording on most felons is you cannot own a projectile weapon. That's a slingshot, that's a crossbow, that's the black powder, anything that fires a projectile. And a BB gun will get you locked up quick. Or in most states. And I understand it varies from state to state. But like Texas is one of them states that if you're a felon and after you've done, I want to say it's like 5 or 10 years, I can't remember, but you've been off probation, you've done your time, you can do a state, you know, get your gun rights back. Yeah, road control. That tank's there for a reason, and most people that's been in the live the past couple nights know. I got it out of a truck stop on my way to New York, and now I knew the gun laws in New York. I dropped my firearms in Pennsylvania. I dropped all of them off. I cleaned all the ammo out of my truck. I bought this and had it velcroed to my dash, and when I went to park in downtown Manhattan, same place that this incident happened the other day, I went to park my truck, and the little police officer that was in the parking garage told me, you know, you can get 3 years, 2 to 3 years for that tank. And I'm like, no, man, it's art. It's spent casings that people, you know, put together and made into a tank. But because of the 3 little bullets on the back, even though it don't have no primer, it don't have no powder, they consider that in New York as live ammo. Even a casing is considered live ammo. So yeah, he threatened to lock me up for 2 or 3 years for having a toy tank. So I put the tank on the screen to finish telling the story. But yeah, I got it out of a truck stop on my way up Interstate 95. Focus, what's good, brother? What's up, Robbie? What's up, Christopher Kirby? Guys, if it holds your comment, remove the cuss words or whatever you're saying, and it'll let you comment. That's not me, that's YouTube. I have turned off the filter, and they're still kicking my ass. 86 people in the chat. We're on the road to 1K subs. We're within 25 people away. I implore you, check out the content on my page. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in one of my shorts that you subscribed. I will subscribe back. If you have a channel and you want to promote it, please drop your channel down in the comments so people can sub to you. Um, we're big on promoting one another in this little circle that we're in, and building each other up so you can go live and do your own chats. 60 round mag, grilled cheese. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I've been gone all day long. Some of y'all jumped in on my little lives from the truck today, but I've been gone all day long and just got home. The kids are in the background giving my wife hell because they're all tired. They're ready to go to bed. We're normally in bed by now, but we just got home. But yeah, I figured I'd hop on and talk to y'all for a little bit. Wind down. I've been around a shit ton of people all day, so nice to be back in the woods away from all them crowds. Polymer. There you go. Expunged. FV, what's up, brother? FV, we talking about Pam Bondi's press release where she's expecting 1 million felons to apply to have their rights restored. Nonviolent felons, ones that's not on the sex registry or domestic violence registry. You know, nonviolent felons. I had to come home and take a shower after FV's live. I felt a little moist. that was his. That was his heading. But it's good to see everybody in the live tonight, man. It's good to see all of y'all. Felt kind of weird not having all my YouTube pals. White Rambo, brother, what's up? That's another one, guys. White Rambo. If you want to see some good content, subscribe to his channel. FV has an amazing channel. Focus 904 does some of the best editing and stuff. Guys, y'all got to check out these guys. Sub to their channels. Grilled cheese. That's another good one. If you're new to the channel, man, this is kind of like a little huge circle, and we all run in each other's lives, and we build each other up, and we don't always talk about guns, man. We talk about everything. Y'all double tap them screens. 59 people in the chat. Light up these thumbs up buttons, please. Sub to the channels. Last I checked, I was 25 people away from having 1K. Oh no, Robbie, you cool too. Like I said, y'all drop your handles down there. Drop your channels. Small turnout tonight, Effie. I watched until I had to start moving. Once I had to start moving, I got a tattletale in my truck, so it makes me turn off my social media, or it reports to my insurance that I'm watching shit and driving. But as long as I'm sitting still, I try to log on and watch. Ultra Fire, what's up, my brother? Ultra Fire, on the last live, you see how the one hater turned around at the end of it and said he was wrong and he judged? Man, that makes me feel good when even the trolls convert. Y'all double tap them screens. Yeah, I know, right? Double tap them screens, light up them thumbs up buttons, man. Help me get them 25 more subs. 25 more subs to 1K. Sad part is I've been 5 subs away from 1K 2 nights in a row, and every time when I wake up, they done took 20 people again. So, yeah, cringe tape on the gun. Yeah, we call that rage bait. It gets so many comments. That's like my pink cricket 22. I've had more comments on that damn pink cricket 22 than any gun I've ever put up. But it gets the comments. So every now and then I'll throw it up. That gun's been in the safe for about 2 years. I just pulled it out a couple of days ago, along with a few more. Fixing to throw up a couple more handguns within the next couple of days. I just got from a gun auction. I'll eventually paint it. I just hadn't got around to it. Yeah, they suck, but they're mine and they're paid for. Kind of like my home, my vehicle, all my stuff's paid for. And that, by the way, is the Savage Axis 270, not the 308. Oh, guys, it's all right. They don't hurt my feelings. I love everybody. They comment and it runs the stats up. Let them talk. Ugly guns need love too. Yeah, Robbie, it's all good. It don't bother me. And then a lot of times by the end of the live, they come around and they're cool as can be. You got to figure a lot of the comments that come that's hate is out of ignorance. They were either handed something too big when they were little and it hurt their little arms, or the boom hurts their ears, or they were told stories about us and how destructive we are in the 2A community, or jealousy. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things there. I don't claim to have the best collection in the world. I have what I have, and my niche, my market is budget firearms because I want everybody to be able to get something they can afford, train with it, be safe, have a good time, and work their way up to something that they, little by little to something better. What's the funniest movie? Damn. Uh, I'm into the older movies, so I wouldn't know any of the newer stuff. His page says he's square as fuck. Yeah, I'm trying to think of funny movies, man. Shit, my mind's drawing a blank right now. Yeah, do your own live stream. Spend your money on whatever. I suggest, if you hate my live, go get you a P320 appendix, carry it, one in the chamber, throw it down on the desk a couple of times. I really don't. Hey. There you go. Guys, double tap them screens, sub to the channel. We got to get them 25 more subs. Also, please go check out Focus, FV, Dangerous, White Rambo, J Dog, um, all the guys in here, man. Drop y'all's channels so people can sub back to you guys also. God knows y'all have helped me. Oh, in the back, man, it's just a Boss 25, Citadel Boss 25 12 gauge shotgun on the AR platform or somewhat of an AR platform. Yeah, I really didn't think out the layout too well. It kind of blocked the gun in the back. I should have lifted it up a little bit more, but yeah, it'll work for now. Hey, Grilled Cheese, why you kidding? I've been threatening to get a Yeet and paint it bright pink and put it on every one of my lives. I've still got the 9mm carbine. I bought it for content shit 3-4 years ago, and I think I did one video on it, and that's it. You gonna spray paint the Deagle gold? No, the Deagle looks so good, gunmetal gray. And here goes grilled cheese. He gonna egg J Dog on. Next time we see it, it's gonna be gold. What the hell is my phone
Grilled
doing?
cheese is a popular comfort food.
Oh,
There are many
shit.
ways to make it, but the basic recipe
Hold on,
involves
guys.
cheese and bread cooked together.
I guess my Gemini heard what I said and went to trying to tell me what a grilled cheese was. Damn, my phone trying to tell me what grilled cheeses are. It probably sent back like this idiot really asked what a grilled cheese was. Damn smartphones. And they say they don't listen to everything we say. Oh, I love a good shotgun. Um, it's just that Boss 25, man. Like I said, it's a cheap platform. It's very picky on what it shoots. I've got them covered up now, and I don't want to touch them. But I went and bought the Hornady critical defense double aught buck 1600 I think it's 1608 uh, foot pounds or feet per second. Yeah, it's 1608. Damn, the phone got a mind of its own. I'm using the 18 tonight, the Galaxy 18, and it's got the, I guess, the Gemini feature activated or whatever. I love a Benelli M4. I've won another one of my bids off a gun broker. It just sent me an email. I don't know which one I've won yet. I'm gonna assume it's the 6-inch barrel 357. I'll look after I get off live. But I did win my Ruger P95 and my Ruger P90. I've told most of y'all. Um, both of them for mid 350 cheeseburgers. And that's for both of them, not a piece. Well, folks, see, like around here in the pawn shops, if they have a product that maybe this area just don't sell as well, um, and they can't move it off the shelf, they'll drop them to cheap prices. It's not that they don't know what they have; it's they can't move it off the shelf. So they finally say, "Look, the first reasonable offer to get back what we got in it, we're gonna." Because you got to figure they buy. Basically, the way it was explained to me, they got to be able to mark it up 3 times what they paid for it. And a lot of times, if they can't get it, they'll just decide, "Hey, whatever we paid for it, just give us that," and then they come out even. Well, that's how the pawn shops around here work. Oh yeah, if he inherited it, then more than likely he didn't give a damn about it to begin with, and really didn't put no sentimental value to it. So most time when you're dealing with somebody with inherited things, though, they want you to do a bunch more cheeseburgers. But that's like that 22 lever action Henry of mine that I had Cerakoted by King of Camo. That's a plain Jane Henry, and in between wood and Cerakote, I'm over a big cheeseburger. But that was because it was my father-in-law's, so price wasn't an issue. They're dropping us fast at 36, 37 minutes. We're down to 9, folks. J Dog will be back up live in effect come tomorrow. I want to go have. Telling y'all, bro, I'm fixing to have to do a OnlyFans, uh, uh, a Cash App, a Venmo. What's some other apps where you get money just to be able to afford my auction habit? Oh, GoFundMe. There you go, a GoFundMe. A gay OnlyFans. Focus in here, do it, damn it. Feet picks for ammo. OnlyFans and Cash App for ammo. See, that's what I'm saying. Hell, I sell them some used socks. Used socks, dirty underwear, pre-worn shirts. I don't give a damn. Give me the ammo. If the dude can sit there all day with a toilet seat around his head with a racetrack and little cars going around and around, and the homeless guy can get on and post his Venmo and Cash App and all that stuff and smoke a weed pipe, we should be able to show our firearms and collect money also. That homeless dude now got 7,000 subs. He just hit his 7,000 subs tonight. And you keep people home. Yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna make one of them signs. We'll work for ammo. That'll be on my next live. I'm gonna put a sign. We'll work for ammo. Smoking out of light bulbs, having 2A rights. Oh yeah, all the homosexuals gonna be having it jumping, bruh. Hey, but that's like I didn't know, bruh. For real, we joking about OnlyFans, but you know they do other content other than sex shit, bruh. They people on there that do artwork and all kind of stuff. Allegedly, it would be epic. But then again, I don't know how much I'd put into listening to all of us. We that one friend that would be standing on the roof beside you when you thought you could fly and you fall down and break your arm and say, "Why didn't you stop me?" And we say, "Hell, we had $5 bet that you could." She's a problem. No, not the Bob Ross. It's a beautiful picture. Hey, while you bullshit, when I can't sleep, I'll turn on Bob Ross and just let him talk. It puts me right to sleep. To see you rack around. There you go. Hey, bruh, I could do what, and y'all told me your name, and I'm part of her page also. The black lady with big old ghetto booty. I'm gonna pull a page out of her book. Yeah, no shit, right? He'll have to tuck you into bed because his voice will put you straight to sleep. Yeah, Yuki. My wife got a booty like hers. I'll just have her, let me put the rifle up there and use it as a prop. We'd be good to go. The tall redhead. I'm trying to think which one that one is. Is that the one that's always shooting the AKs and um, the ARs? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Hey, some of them girls. Boy, looky here. Yeah, the one with the 50 BMG. He's about that for $1. Hell to the now. Sound like I got more thunder rolling in. Like a strip clinic. I'd be broke. If you put a stripper pole in a gun store, I'd never be home and I'd never have any money. Oh no, my wife wouldn't care. My wife said, "Go on, get out the house. Leave me the hell alone." Oh, Corey, I got that off a crackhead actually. Around here, you can buy crackhead, buy good stuff from crackheads all day long. Hell, just yesterday I bought a half-eaten cheeseburger off of one. Hey, for real, in the stores, I buy a lot of wholesale stuff and resell it. I'll go up to the wholesale district in New York, Atlanta, different places, and I'll buy tasers. I've got tasers that look like Marlboro cigarette boxes, and but we used to pay the crackheads $10 a pop to let us, allegedly, to let us make sure everything worked. And they'd do it all day long. They'd come in there wanting their $10, and we'd make sure our taser worked. I'd get them in the shape of flashlights and just different things. So they got some that look like cell phones. My favorite were always the cattle prods. Cattle prods so much better than a damn little taser. Let's get it right. Let's get these numbers up, guys. Double tap them screens. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't. Corey, welcome to the channel, bro. We all give each other hell, man. Fire away. Hey, you right there, J Dog. They'll cut your lawn. They ain't like meth heads. They'll cut your lawns, fix your car, go to work, do what they got to do. The shot collar. Ooh. Mm-mm. It ain't as bad as a friend of mine. A friend of mine has a website, and well, I got her into it. I'm not gonna lie because of the wholesale aspect, but she has a adult toy website, and she gives her husband hell. Some of the new stuff comes in, and she'll tell him she's gonna practice on him, and she got that boy plumb scared to shut his eyes and go to sleep. I got a lot of interesting friends into some weird shit. But that's like, I've told all of y'all I used to be a pastor. My church sat right across from a strip club. And the strippers, they all knew us. And they would open the back door to their dressing room so they could hear the sermons coming from the church. And then when they would come over, just to look at some of these so-called Christians' looks on their faces when these girls would come in to listen to the sermons was just priceless. Never bothered me none. Oh, so I'm in Georgia, brother. South Georgia to be exact. I'm kind of in a neat location. I'm 55 miles north of Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm right at 55 miles south of Savannah, Georgia. So I'm dead in between on the 95 corridor. I'm right here on the beach. Yeah, focus. I knew with the 904 we were neighbors. I know you said you moved, but yeah, I'm well familiar with the 904 area code. I spent a many a day running back and forth. And in my youth, I spent a lot of time running down to Miami and back, allegedly. Back in the good old days. You 4 hours away from Jack's. Oh, I love all guns, man. Pretty ones, ugly ones, cheap ones, expensive ones, big ones, little ones. I love North Carolina. I lived in several places in North Carolina over the years. I've got a lot of family in Boone, North Carolina, and then I lived in Hendersonville, North Carolina for a while. Beautiful area. There's nowhere up the East Coast that I haven't been. From Nashville, Tennessee, Hermitage, Tennessee, um, Memphis, Niagara Falls, New York, Bradford, Pennsylvania, home of the Zippo lighter company there, J Dog. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Bradford, Pennsylvania is a neat place, man. And if you ever get there and you go to the Zippo plant, you walk out of there with like four. They'll give you 3 or 4 limited edition Zippos because you know all them Zippos are numbered, and the round tops are more desirable and more valuable than the square tops. So if you have an older one with a round top, keep that one. They've got a good value to them. Kind of like in Jacksonville, you go to Anheuser Busch and you walk out of there drunk, go in there and do one of their free tours and let them do the samples. But yeah, I'm in a perfect spot to get to. Like I'm 5 hours from Atlanta. I'm probably 3 hours from Orlando, Florida. I'm about 6 hours from Miami, Florida. Oh yeah, they do. Look at your Zippo. There's some with the rounded top, and then there's more, or rounded bottom, rounded top, and then there's more of the flat like square Zippos. Like, where did I put it? Ah, shit, I'd have to go on screen and grab it. It's on top of the safe. But I have one that's was issued to my stepdad in Vietnam, and it had his unit and the branch on it, and that one's got a good value to it. Well, I'll show it on the next live. I'll pull it out later on and put it on the live. It's just on top of the safe, and if I reach and grab it, it might do me think I'm trying to grab something else and kill the live. Yeah, when my father, I might have said stepfather. I meant my father-in-law. When my father-in-law passed away, um, I got his DD 214 paperwork. I got his military ring. Um, I got the bronze picture of the refueling plane that he operated because he was the boom operator on the refueling plane. I got a lot of neat stuff that he brought back from Vietnam. You can do a car live stream. You just got to be careful and make sure that you show that the car is not moving. Um, as long as because their rules are Ah, then again, I wouldn't try it. Shit, even though they say as long as the car is not moving and you're not showing any buildings, but they still may pull you. Yeah, a lot of people brought home souvenirs. A lot of people brought home souvenirs. I know a guy right now, um, well, I'm going to say allegedly, lives over on St. Simon's Island. He smuggled out a photo album from Vietnam. And in this photo album, it shows, well, let's just say stacks, taller than a person, stacks of and rows of, you know, uh, casket material. He had some very graphic pictures, and somehow or another he got it out of Vietnam and got it home, and they were all Polaroids. And I used to love just sit and listen to his stories, man. He would tell some, and you could tell that he wasn't lying because he had pictures, one to back it up, but he would sit there and just tell stories about what went on over there. And to me, that was just, isn't it? It was an interesting time. Oh yeah, our veterans have seen a lot. I've never been in the military. I was kept out of the military. I'm the only male that never went in the military. But before I passed the ASVAB, but before I could get in, I had a car wreck. Steering wheel went through my chest, and that disqualified me. I could never, health wise, join the military. But yeah, our vets see a lot of shit, bro. That's why I like what Utah does so much, man. Utah dad, he'll get up and do his corny dances and stuff, man, but he does so much for the vets and their mentality and making sure they're okay and checking in on them. And to see them mess with him and pull his algorithm, that's just bullshit. But we've been going almost an hour. We down to one person. I'll let it go a few more minutes and I'm gonna get me a little bit of sleep. Anybody else going live tonight? Yeah, I seen it, J Dog. I mean, which I've been watching it. Mine started dropping at 36 minutes this time. But it's doing it on a lot of people's. I mean, it's just their stupid ass algorithm. Yeah, Focus, can you go live? Focus, you got enough subs to go live, don't you? Now, what I did like last night, Paul Witt was part of it. Um, Tactical Llama did a multiple gun tuber live stream. I want to say that at one point there was 4 people on, and and the cool part about it, like if it was J Dog, Focus, me, and FV, you can go to each one of our channels, and you can like each person's live, and everybody gets credit for it, and everybody gets credit for the views. Yeah, I don't have a gun wall. I mean, after seeing after seeing what happened to Reaper that night, I'm scared to set up a damn gun wall. If something happens to fall, if a peg ain't right and I miss it and everything falls during the live, they strike you. They cut your live off. But J Dog, your setup's smooth though, man. The way you set them up on the table and stuff. I mean, eh, I just don't get why they're messing with you either. Well, yeah, I do, because you're almost monetized. That it just makes sense. Facts, brothers. Not everybody's supposed to make it out. Not everybody's supposed to come up. They don't like a normal person to beat the algorithm. Well, at least they didn't strike you. That's the good thing. And see, that's something the average viewer don't understand either. They think we're being dicks when we tell them, "Oh, I can't touch the firearms," or "I can't do this," or "Watch what you say on my live." They think you're being an ass, but it's not. It's because you're that close to being pulled. I don't think they do a whole lot about knives. I've even asked J Dog about that. I don't think they really mess with the knives focus. It's just firearm related stuff. Your magazines, your ammo. Even if you're not on screen, you know, they love to say you touched it off screen. Well, you can't prove that you didn't, and they can't prove that you did, but they're going to win the argument because they're YouTube. J Dog, I'm telling you, man, I see crazy stuff, and I see people make comments. Why can't y'all do it? Because I seen this person do it, and they're right. Certain people can get away with anything. Yeah, you can go on there and show half of your damn coochie lip and whatever else. And they don't pull that, but yet, for heaven's sake, don't let your firearm fall over. And like I said in my earlier live, and I really believe this, something as simple as a live stream showing somebody how to do a basic field strip on a Glock or a basic field strip on a Smith and Wesson, or you know, there's people out there that want to see that because there's people that own these firearms that don't have the first freaking clue on how to break them down to clean them. Like the guy who brought the Mossberg to me and said that he couldn't get the pump to operate. He didn't know that there was a button to unlock it so you could pump in another or rack in another shell. He honestly just didn't know. He thought he had a problem with the firearm. But there's people out there with the simplest things. Somebody today on the live was talking about their 38 poly protector, the hammer not going back. I was able to tell him what was wrong with the firearm because I own the 357 version and I know what the problem is, and was able to tell him to walk him through it in 5 minutes on which screw to turn and how to fix the problem. But to be able to do that educational wide would be a great niche to get into, but YouTube's not going to allow it. Yeah, Focus. I mean, none of us are. I don't claim to be a professional. I don't claim to be the most knowledgeable person. But what I do know, I'd love to be able to share with other people so they don't make the same mistakes, or so their life's a little bit easier. That's what part of this is about, is us helping one another out. Um, sharing stories and, hey, don't get this particular platform because I had X, Y, and Z go wrong, and that's what the this 2A community is supposed to be about. But YouTube don't like shit like that. If it ain't something negative or somebody jumping out, shooting up stop signs and firing all their shots in the air, they don't mind that. Or the dude that's in the pool and his wife's behind him with the thong halfway up her ass crack. She can do that all day long. They don't flag them. But y'all see it. Y'all watch J Dog's live. They fuck with him hard. I'm surprised they didn't get him the other day for touching the little army man's gun. But yeah, I missed you guys today, bro. Like I said, I went live in the truck, but I didn't have no firearms posted out. One, I had all the kids in the truck. I had my firearm on my side, and I had the shotgun in the seat, but allegedly. But I just sat there and talked to the screen, let everybody see my ugly ass face. And you're right. There's no such thing as a dumb question. I mean, if they're asking a valid question, if they're asking, as long as they're not being dumb, with dumb comments. But that's what I'm saying, J Dog. It's like I told him today, bro. I didn't do this to get famous. I didn't do this to get paid. I don't care about the little bit of money that YouTube pays. I did this because y'all know my story. I'm stuck at the house with 3 kids at 50 years old with a 5-year old, a 3-year old, and a 1-year old. This is my adult conversation. This is my chance to, expand my little world and have people to talk to. And I'm thankful every day for each and every one of you. I mean, just to sit here and cut the breeze and talk about the love of firearms and the love of the Second Amendment. And every now and then you get to educate somebody and help somebody. Talk about movies, talk about food, gunshots. J Dog was a bad peanut. We're gonna make J Dog some theme music. Shaggy, it wasn't me. J Dog got sent to the YouTube principal's office again. Yeah, Softy. I mean, see, that's the thing, bro. If you're having a bad day, you get on here, people sit there and talk to you. I mean, it's a brotherhood. Yeah, YouTube just loves him. Up, he breathed 3 times in a second, so let's go ahead and strike him. That's right, he's our asshole. All of y'all. All y'all's our assholes. But that's another thing, man. Usually it's just us and our channels. If we want to see that content, if we're not bitching about it, leave us alone. Yeah. Or the guy who can do the bump fire and the muzzle of the AK never rises. We can't let him show that. Or the guy that puts the deagle and the 45 out and mag dumps. J Dog, I know you probably have. Talking about onion rings, it ain't really an onion ring, but have you done the hamburgers with the onions on the inside? Well, them bitches are fire. I cheated today. Being I was in town all day, man, I live so far out, the only thing we can get is Hunt's Brother Pizza at the convenience store out here. And we got one little barbecue shack, but when I hit town, we hit the Mexican restaurant today. That's what we had. Yeah, the onion's cool. Yeah, J-Dog's famous beer battered onion rings and deagles instead of bagels. I'm gonna do something with this Maverick 88. I was gonna send it off to Syracuse, but everybody's rattle cannon. I think I'm a rattle can it, but I do want to go with the Resident Evil Survivor look, whether it be the zombie green and make it look like an aged, battle worn zombie green with the Resident Evil markings on it or whatever. But I want to do something with this onions boomsticks. Man, I love mine, and so I'll tell you, if you look at my content, the last one I did on the Maverick 88, I threw it in the ditch. The ditch had muddy water and sand and grime. I threw it in the ditch, picked it up, fired off every shot. Didn't have a problem one. And that's what I love about it. I can just beat the hell out of it. It's ugly as hell, but it still runs like a brand new one. And it's got the 18.5-inch barrel, and the ammo that I shoot out of it, it just keeps a perfect pattern. And I've got the Mossberg 500, which is naturally the better of the two. Yeah, for what you pay for, man, you got a damn good you got a damn good tool. And if you get a chance, look up the Maverick burn down video. They tried to kill it. The only thing they killed on it, they couldn't keep a light on it. Um, and extra saddle for the extra shells, it fell off. But the actual firearm itself never once failed. And I think, oh yeah, that's the other thing. They broke the strap mount for it. It fell off. But they ran 5,000 rounds through that in, what was it, one day? And just did a burn down video completely, and it they couldn't kill it. But that's like this Shield Plus. One, I carry it because it's comfortable. Two, there's no ammo it doesn't take. I've not had the first problem. I've let it go as many as uh, 11, 1,200 rounds before cleaning it, and it still cycles. My first AR was a Bushmaster. I never had a problem with it. Now this damn honey badger, I hate that damn thing. Damn knuckle buster. XDS 45, a little too small. I prefer the 1911. Well, I've got the 1911, and I have the Shield in the 45. Um, I like my little 45, but I'm always going to be a 1911 person. I love a good 1911. call me a FUD or whatever, but I love a 45. The XDS, you talking about the Springfield? See, I seen one in the pawn shop the other day, and the cheeseburgers was sounded like a great deal. And when I pulled it up, they said they were no longer in production, so it made me where it could, parts availability and stuff like that. So I ended up not getting it, but I rode by today, and it's still there. So, kind of thinking about going back and getting it. And this one had the competition barrel. It had the slide cut at the top. But yeah, it had the side cut at the top. It had the um oh Lord, I want to say it was green. Might have been the orange sights, but I think it was green. Or it might have been green on the back and orange on the front. Yeah, they stopped production. But that's like what I just bought off a gunbroker. The P95 and the P90, they're not in production, but it they were some of the first guns that I had, and I regretted getting rid of them and wanted more, so I just bought two. Yeah, this was in 45. My 9 millimeters will now be the 43X. Um, my Shield Plus I have here, the P95 I just bought. And there's another one I'm forgetting about. What the hell else I got 9 millimeter? Shit, I don't know. Not the ugly ass brown. Guess I'm just gonna leave this out tonight. I think I'll leave the Shield Plus out tonight. Normally I put it up and take out the 357 so I can put it under my pillow, but I think I'll run the Shield tonight. Mixed with the Mav 88 sitting beside the bed, I'll be alright. The safe's just right there, so not like I can't reach over and grab something if I need it. Hey, the HKs are nice. Got a HK and an 8K and a 12 gauge that'll fuck up a whole day. And good God, the price of AKs have went through the freaking roof. After looking at J-Dog's and the work that he done on the wood, I really want one now, but I got to looking at prices today, and oh my freaking Lord. I can damn near build 3 or 4 cheaper platformed ARs for the price of one AK. Yep. Oh, and my SKS is a stopper. I couldn't remember what it was the other night. And 1917 30-06 that the guy brought by for me to look at fires flawlessly. But it is ugly as hell. The wood's all beat up, dinged up. But I think we could refurbish that for not too many cheeseburgers. So I told him to bring it back, and I wanted it. And then they've got King of Camo's got one in their shop right now. They've got the newer version auto ordnance Tommy gun, but it's basically coated, and it's Cerakoted to look like a shit hits the fan situation. That Joker is neat, and it's a reasonable price. Yeah, I like a SKS. Hell, I used to deer hunt with the SKS years ago. Think I'm gonna do some highlighting on the Shield Plus. Get into my wife's fingernail polish. Highlight the M&P and the Shield Plus and the logos. Alright, guys. It's getting that time for me. I'm getting pretty wore out. But I love you guys, man. We'll talk to you later on. Y'all stay strapped, keep one in the tube, and always be blessed, man. I'll let y'all in a bit.